News 4 works to showcase just the little things that make St. Louis, well, St. Louis. Our history is rich and sometimes it's often overlooked.
Tonight, News 4's Steve Harris takes us to a nook of downtown where you can rewind time.
It sits in a place where the wealthiest residents once lived. Now this 170-year-old house looks fairly ordinary on the outside, but inside the Campbell House Museum, well, it's a place frozen in time. Welcome back to the 19th century.
It was the home for almost 90 years of one family, the Campbells, and so we preserve their story of St. Louis from the frontier days really up through the Gilded Age.
Its original owners were very important, very wealthy people.
Robert Campbell was an Irish immigrant and got involved in the fur trade. He helped blaze big swaths of the Oregon Trail. He's one of the founders of Kansas City, Missouri, and El Paso, Texas. And by the time he and his family moved into this house in the 1850s, he was one of the city's leading merchants and businessmen.
It has 8 bedrooms for family and another 9 for domestic staff, and all the furnishings are original.
The last member of this family had no will or no close heirs, and so the contents of this house were going to be auctioned off. And the estate hired experts to come in and give them a sense of what was in this building. And they got so excited, these experts. And so it was really the motivation of experts like that that said, we not only save what's in this house, but save the house itself and open it to the public as a museum.
Now you can take a tour of the house to see how they lived in the 1800s.
You set this up on the floor like this, and the maid has brought up warm water in here. You take off your clothes, you stand in here, and you pour the water over you. And then you use a little soap, and then you rinse, and that's as clean as you ever get in your whole life. And that's the toilet. That's a chamber pot. That's where you go.
Eventually they got indoor plumbing, complete with the brand stamped in a very interesting spot.
So this is the pass-through between the kitchen and the pantry. This house is kind of like a little hotel almost. It just kind of goes up and up and up.
There are more than 140 steps in this house. And with my new knee, I probably won't do that.
Don't do these.
Which is why we took the elevator.
If a bell rang, it's telling a servant, please come to that room.
From a Swiss music box that would have cost as much as a car, to the carriages they used instead of cars, the Campbell House Museum is full of history you can see with your own eyes and be proud of. Steve Harris, News 4.